How you doing? Welcome back to another video. So I'm on the South Bank at the moment. I don't really quite see it. It's a bit blown out because obviously I'm in the shade. That's Waterloo Bridge, just going across there. Nice little walk, the South Bank. It really is. I've just come from an appointment, so I thought while I'm out, I will shoot a quick little video and use the opportunity of being out and about in London to have a bit of fun. I also want to talk to you about something as well. Something which I've had a conversation with a couple of people online about, and it's a bit of, I say advice, I don't want to keep giving out advice and try to sort of do that type of videos and stuff like that, but I think it's something that a lot of creators need to hear, or just to sort of like jumpstart what they want to do. Either being a hobby or it potentially becoming into something more professional or anything really, because there has to be a time to start. I think that is the overall sort of consensus of this video, mixed with a little bit of a photo walk, just to sort of keep you guys entertained, really, instead of me just sat in my studio talking nonsense. So yeah, tell you what, grab yourself a coffee and sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So, like I said, welcome back to another video and welcome to the channel. So my name's Nathan and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail. Hope you've enjoyed that first set of photographs. So I've just taken a little walk from Waterloo Bridge. I'm currently just behind Blackfriars Bridge because I'm just trying to find a quiet place to do the sort of like two-camera bit, because trying to find a quiet part of London at the moment is quite difficult because everything seems to be under construction at the moment. But what I really want to sort of say in this particular video as in sort of like the underground message, and it's quite simply, there is no better time to start your creative journey than now. Even if that's photography, filmmaking, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, there's no better time than now. You will never be ready to start. So if you're sitting there going, right, I just need this particular bit of equipment, or I just need this particular idea, or I need this particular niche. If you carry on thinking like that, you're never going to sort of be ready for it. You're never going to have the right equipment. The best time to start is right now. Like if you want to be a photographer or potentially a filmmaker, or if you're going to start doing reels and creative stuff on TikTok and Instagram, you've got something in your pocket, which is just as good, especially for your social medias. This is perfect. And if you want to start off with photography, these cameras are getting very, very good now. You know, I saw a video about the sort of like the film type, or the sort of like the recording side of the new Apple iPhone 15, and it's sensational. It's absolutely brilliant. This Google, it's got one of the best cameras I've ever seen. So if you are actually trying to start there, because you can grow into everything else. There's no point just sitting there trying to put it off. I did that. I was like, when can I start my YouTube channel? When can I start my process and become a creator? And yeah, it was a bit different about 5 years ago. Camera phones weren't as good as what they are now. So I was like, well, I need to get this camera. I need to sort of like get this equipment, or, you know, people throw gear at you when you want to be a filmmaker. You know, oh, you need this gear, you need that bit of apparatus or this bit of equipment. Until eventually I went, do you know what, stuff it. I've got no clue what I'm doing, but I'm going to start recording my first video. And that's exactly what I've done. And if for the next 5 years that has progressed, I've learned along the way. I have taken tutorials, I've taken lessons, I've taken courses, I've learned more about my camera and the equipment that I do. And even though I'm not fully there, I will hold my hands up and say there is still so much more that I need to learn, because it's a constantly changing sort of industry. The apps keep changing, the algorithms keep changing, everything keeps changing. So you'll never be ready, because once you think that you're ready, you'll notice that there's something new to learn. And you're like, right, I should learn that first. So take that away with you for the majority of this video, and we'll talk more about my process and how it's sort of affected me along the ways. as we go forward. But yeah, as an underlining, like if you want to start creating, be it just sort of something small, make some creative reels, or something a little bit bigger, like a YouTube channel, then yeah, take the plunge. Your first videos, they might not be good, but they will start to be good. They will start to get better. We'll go more on that on the next sort of phase, shall we? So let's continue walking down the South Bank and take some more cool photos. Okay, so let's start off with the main problem why we probably don't start now. And I think the main problem is that a lot of people go, am I good enough? Am I able to produce the type of content that I expect to sort of blow up, to be good, to be any decent that people would like to engage with, to follow with? Now, unless you've discovered the formula very, very early, the high chance is no. No, you will not. And that's not a bad thing. That's not, like, if you look at some of my earlier videos, and I mean like my really, really early, the first 12 months, they were awful. They are bad. They are not edited well. In fact, they're not even edited at all. There's no color grade. The sound quality is really, really bad. I didn't know how to do any of the sort of the technical side of it. I just wanted to create videos. I wanted to make a video. Wasn't entirely too sure on the concept. My channel itself was in a direction where I thought I knew where it was going to go, but it's completely evolved since then. And yeah, so unless you've got that already, unless you understand everything that goes on, especially with all the changes with the SEOs and the algorithms and everything like that we've spoken about before, they're not going to be overnight successes. Unless you're really, really lucky, and unless you've sort of cracked the code straight away. But that's how you learn. That's how you sort of become better over the process. You learn what your audience likes. You learn what is trending. You learn what's sort of working and what doesn't work. So I know when I create a video what might be a bit more successful than others. My last video, I knew it wasn't going to be brilliant. But this video, I expected to be a little bit better because of the type of video that it is. It's a bit of advice. It's a photo walk. There's some photographs in there, which is what my audience expects. Yes, I've sort of like diverted a little bit into filmmaking because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to sort of progress in a little bit. And, you know, cheap little plug, I will be shooting my next film very, very shortly. So there will be hopefully some information about that coming along. But if this is your genre, and there's a high chance that we follow the same type of creators, if you go and look at some of the big ones now, the ones who have 5 million subscribers or 6 million subscribers, who get the hundreds upon thousands of views with every single video, go and watch some of their earlier videos. Go and watch like how they started and how sort of like rustic their videos were, because they were also still learning their trade. Yes, you've got some very, very lucky creators who have had a following, who have had people sort of like being fans of them already. So when they start something like this, all of a sudden they blow up because they've got a fan base already. But this is a learning curve. This is something that you need to sort of like practice at and become better at, and never, ever, ever imagine that you've perfected it. Because once you do perfect it, they throw something else at you, which means you've now got to really sort of develop that. So don't wait until you are perfect. Because if your first video is perfect, then you should have definitely started it a long time ago. But take the opportunity to learn as you go along. Find out what your audience likes, find out what people enjoy, and we'll sort of progress from there, I guess. Because that's how you learn. You learn from your mistakes. You learn about what works and what doesn't work. But let's God, it's cold today. It really is cold. I've got 3 layers on. Let's speed up this process a little bit. Let's continue walking. I'm currently by Millennium Bridge, so I'll actually walk across that and go and shoot St Paul's Cathedral a little bit more, because that seems to be the focal point of this entire sort of like photo walking. So yeah, hope you're enjoying it. If you are enjoying it, please consider giving it a thumbs up, because that's how the internet knows that these videos are good. So yeah, give the video a thumbs up. I suppose the other thing that we do is that we try to compare ourselves with other creators within our niche. Now, I even do that to this day. I really, really do. But in the earlier years, I was dreadful at it. I would create something which I thought was going to be absolutely sensational, and it wouldn't go anywhere. Now, it was mainly because I didn't have the following. It was when I had not many subscribers, not many people. I didn't quite know how to play the game very well, and I was sort of let down by myself, which was quite harsh, really, if you think about it. Like, you put all this effort, all this time, all this sort of, I don't know, like, you put so much work into creating a video sometimes. Like, some of them I just sort of press record and go. But videos like this, where I've taken photographs, I've edited them, I've taken this video, I've tried to find some good music to go over it, and I've spent like 3 days to create something that I hope you guys would enjoy. And in the earlier times, I would sit there and go, right, how are they become successful at it? Why is their video doing better? Why are their photographs better? And it was mainly down to me not being as good at all of it. At the plugging away, at the sort of having the right amount of subscribers, having the sort of the knowledge on how to promote my videos and how to push it forward, the SEO, making sure I've got the right keywords, and all this sort of stuff. But then that's stuff that I had to learn. So, of course, I'm not talking about copying people. Like, if you see a photograph that people like I live in a city which is photographed every single day by millions of people. And if you see a photograph that you like, you know, you want to go and find it. I've even done it myself. I've sort of found locations where my friends have taken good photographs, but, you know, I've put my own spin on it. I've made sure that it sort of stands out apart from what the other people are doing to try to make it more attractive, try to make it more sort of like, okay, cool, that's Nathan's work, and not, oh, Nathan is trying to copy somebody else's work. But when you try to compare yourself, especially amongst the big hitters of the genre, you know, again, the people who have the 5 million followers, the 1 million followers, the, you know, the people who have the big pretty play buttons in the back of their videos, and then you're sitting there going, why aren't I doing it? That's got nothing to do with your talent. It's got nothing to do with your ability as a photographer, as a YouTuber, as a creator, as a filmmaker. It's just, you got to think about is that I think YouTube gets 1 billion videos uploaded a week, and you are one of 1 billion. So it's not about how good you are, because my children, they watch some terrible YouTube creators, but it's good for their niche. They are designed for children. They are silly videos with silly people running around making lots of noise and lots of mess. My kids love them, and they get hundreds upon thousands of views, and they've got millions of subscribers. And, you know, if I was a teenager or if I was a 4-year-old, I would probably enjoy their videos more, because that's what their videos are aimed for. But you have to understand that they probably put a lot of work in to become as successful as they are. Like, how much content they had to sort of turn out, how much they sort of had to sort of put into everything to grow as quick as they did. So try your best not to compare yourself with other creators. Try to do your own thing, because what I have seen in the last 18 months, your audience is out there. The people who like your work for you and will follow you because of what you do, they start to turn up. They start to develop a sort of like, oh, Nathan's uploaded another video, I'm going to go and watch that. But then also involve yourself into the community a little bit more. You know, if you've got photographer friends, or there's a little group of photographers that you know of, try to hook up with them, try to go out with them, because that's another way of expanding your fan base by supporting your friends. Because hopefully your friends will sit there and go, oh cool, Nathan's got another video out, I'm going to watch that. And yeah, it's how you sort of grow your sort of circle a little bit. And then once they start watching and they start liking your videos, all of a sudden the algorithms go, cool, people enjoy this, so then you'll start to grow, and then all of a sudden an organic growth will start to develop. So yeah, don't don't feel disheartened if all of your hard work comes from nothing. There's a bit of a trend on Instagram at the moment where you've got creators making funny reels by going, I'll put all this manpower to get 50 views and 3 likes. And that's the way it goes. Some videos will do well. You might have a very, very lucky video which gets picked up. I've got one video that I made almost 2 years ago which is constantly getting views. And I've even tried to carbon copy that with the same camera, with the same sort of genre, with the same sort of technique. And it just hasn't hit. For some reason, that video is constantly doing well. It's my most overperformed video. And even when I've tried to do exactly the same but slightly different, it just hasn't worked. You never know. This video might blow up. Who knows? It might not, but that's fine. I've enjoyed making it. And for those of you who are watching, thank you. But yeah, I'm currently at the base of St Paul's. It's just up here. There's a wonderful guy playing the sort of accordion in the background. You can probably hear it. But yeah, I'm going to make my way to Liverpool Street Station now and make my way home. And then, yeah, get back to the family side of my life. I hope you guys are enjoying this video. I really, really do. If you are, please show your appreciation and come and say hi. Give me a wave in the comments, maybe. And yeah, let's carry on with the photos. Okay, so all in all, what can you take from this video? Quite simply, that do not wait to start your creative journey. Simple as that. Do not sit there and keep putting off. Take that first step and have a look at that and see if that's any good, and then put that out there in the world and see what the response is. And if you don't want to do one straight away after that, that's fine. Replan, rethink, and then try again, and then try again, because eventually you will probably get the formula right, and all of a sudden you have a bit of a flow going with you. I plan videos, I know what I want to do, but again, there are some videos which just happen on the fly. I think of an idea the day before, and I just go out and I go with my camera and I just hope for the best. I look online, I research what's trending, what's working, what's going on, and then I try to create content along that type of line. But the biggest thing is that I enjoy it. I make sure that I enjoy what I am doing. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have to slug it out and do the corporate jobs and the sort of like the office parties just for the bit of bread and butter, because I can't quite afford to live on the side of this creative journey that I enjoy most. The YouTube, the reels, the filmmaking, the acting. I can't quite afford to do that. So of course I go out and I do the corporate jobs as well, just to earn the bread and butter. But it does mean that I do not have to work behind a bar anymore. And I'm okay with that, because I don't think I could do that anymore. If I'm honest, I think I'm way too far gone in the tooth, or whatever the sayings and phrases are. You know, it'll probably kill me. I'll probably come home broken and sort of like shattered as a man. But I'm getting there. Slowly but surely it is starting to work, and I'm starting to see a progression. And it's taken longer than I expected, but it's because I was making silly mistakes. I was trying to compare myself with other creators. I was like, why is it working for them and not for me? And I just wasn't focused on what I needed to do. And that's the other side of it. Do not compare yourself to other creators within your niche. They've been doing it for a very, very long time. But what you have to remember is that they took their first step as well. They might be absolutely brilliant now, but at one point they didn't quite know what to do. They didn't quite know what they were doing, but eventually they learned and they grew. So you're looking at somebody who has 5 years of experience in this job, and you're like, why aren't I as good as them? You're not going to be, because they've got 5 years on you. Okay? So yeah, have a look at what they're doing and try to see if you can sort of manipulate that into your own fashion, but try not to sit there and go, well, why are they doing it and I'm not? Because that'll be a question that will constantly keep going around in your head, with every single project that you do for yourself. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, of course, again, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, because I would love to have you part of this little journey with me. And until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye!